What is up, my friends? You are very welcome along to our second last player ratings video of the season. Look, you know the drill by now. I'm going to fly through the team, give them a score out of 10, ask you guys to play along in the comment section. Let me know if you agree or disagree. We will, of course, be going through the subs as well. Now, before we get stuck into it, we wouldn't be here without our sponsor, Circl. You've seen the new 5 Match Millions game. You've seen that they are the football sweepstakes game. What else do you need to know? You need to know you need to be 18 years or over to play with us in the UK resident. You need to know that if you want £5 in free bets, when you deposit and place your first £5 in bets, use our referral code, anfieldagenda, all one word. And of course you need to be aware it's a gambling product, so please, 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 always gamble responsibly. Now we get to the fun stuff. We get to go through and speak about why I'm about to give Bobby Firmino a 10 and why Alisson Becker is the greatest goalkeeper in the club's history. Why is Alisson Becker the greatest keeper in the club's history? Because he does stuff like he did again today. He is absolutely phenomenal. I like to think that his beard put Ollie Watkins off. I like to think that, yes, Ollie Watkins missed, but he was distracted by the beauty. He was distracted by the Adonis that was standing in front of him. But apart from that, Alisson made many more good saves today. Loads of good play out on the edge of his box. Calmness again in possession. He is just brilliant and I love him. Again, Alisson, you're going to get a score of 8 out of 10 today from me. I think it's a fair score. Let me know if you agree or disagree. Right, moving on now to the next player, and that is this gentleman, Andy Robertson. Wasn't that impressed with Robbo today, in all honesty. Now, I think most of Villa's attacks were coming down the other side, but again, in possession in the final third, I didn't see what I wanted to see from Andy Robertson. He was replaced by Costa Simicas as Liverpool looked to get a bit more progressive and a bit more attack-minded as we were chasing the game. So I'm going to give Andy Robertson a score of 7 today, but again, let me know what you think in the comment section. Right, we move on now to the centre-backs, and we start with the big man, Virgil van Dijk. I thought he was brilliant. I don't know what else to say. I thought he was really, really good today. It was obviously Canade that gave away the penalty, but I thought Van Dijk was able to stay with Ollie Watkins, was calm, was reassured, held a good defensive line, and I thought he did well today. So I'm going to give Virgil a score of 8. Yes, we conceded, but that wasn't down to him, in my opinion. It was more down to the fact that we were switched off, to the fact that we probably should have conceded from the penalty, but we did concede, and it was on the far side. It was in Canade and Trent's side, but yeah, I'm going to give him an 8. Let me know what you think. So now we move on to Ibu. And look, on the penalty, it was a penalty. No arguments there. But I just don't see why he needed to try and make the tackle. Just get the block in if he tries to shoot and stand them up. He was running down the sidelines nowhere. And I know it's a difficult job for Canade at times, covering for Trent when he moves forward. And Villa and Ollie Watkins were looking to exploit that side. But again, I was just unhappy with him on a couple of occasions today. And that was a penalty that could have been more punished by Villa than it was. But just a bit of a stupid challenge. So that in mind, I'm going to give him a 6. But let me know what you think. And look, I'm not trying to run the man down. Love Canade, but some strange decision makings at time today. And I just think a 6 is fair. Right. This gentleman, Trent Alexander-Arnold, looked great in the new kit. Let me start off by saying that. Probably didn't have as much of an impact in the game as you would have wanted, but once Villa got that early goal, they were sitting back, they were deeper, they knew they had something to hold on to, and they're a very well-drilled side. Unai Emery's a very good coach, and Trent tried today, but this was the first game where I really felt like a team did exploit the fact that he was more out of position than previously, and I think Villa had a plan. They came and they executed it, and I think part of that plan was to get into the area that Trent wasn't occupying enough today. So I'm going to give Trent a score of 7. Again, probably a little bit on the generous side, but he didn't do too much wrong, so I think that's in his favour. Moving into midfield now, Fabinho, look, again, good solid performance from Fabinho. It hasn't escaped my attention, I've mentioned in previous videos, he's playing higher up the pitch, which is good when he wins the ball back. But there was an occasion today, he went to press higher up the pitch, didn't get the press, they played around him, and then Villa were in through the centre. But all in all, look, I can't say I haven't been impressed with Fabinho over the last few weeks. And of course he picked up a yellow card today. Of course he did. But I'm going to give Fabinho a solid score of 8. I thought he was good today, and I do think we've seen the better side of him in recent weeks. This man, Jordan Henderson, the captain, I was happy to see him in the ref's ear over the Tyrone Mings incident, stating the case why it should have been a red card. But other than that, I wasn't too impressed with Hendo today. And look, trying to be respectful, but his days as a starter of the club should be at an end now. As we come into the end of the season, we look to bring in new players. And on that, there is a video coming up, so do check out that about a potential new player. So yeah, Jordan Henderson, look, me today is kind of how I describe it. An incredible leader, a great captain of a football club, but his days as a guaranteed starter, or even high up the list of potential starters in midfield, I feel should be over. Give the captain a 7 today. Again, let me know your thoughts. Curtis Jones, good performance again, not really to the level we've seen in previous weeks from him, but again I put that down to the fact that there wasn't space for him really to operate in. He was having to come deeper at times to pick up the ball, but he was lively, he was always looking to make stuff happen. Again, really good with the press. And look, I'm impressed with what I'm seeing from Curtis Jones. Again, hold my hands up, I didn't see this coming from the lad. But today in midfield, himself and Firmino are probably the better two of the three. Not quite the heights of early ones, but yeah, I think a 7 again. No, do you know what, that's harsh, because Henderson got a 7. Got to go with an 8. I'm changing my mind. I think that's the first time I've ever done that. But we'll go with an 8 for Curtis Jones. Let me know your thoughts. Right, Diaz. This is the one score that's not going to be great. I thought he was terrible today, and I don't say that lightly. He always works. He always puts the effort in, but he was running down blind alleys. He was giving away possession time and time again. His passes were loose, and it just doesn't look like he is at all up to speed after coming back from that injury. And yes, we had no Darwin today because of the toe injury. We brought Jota off the bench, but look, I can't lie, it was terrible today from Diaz. So I'm going to give him a 5. Better days ahead, but I think that is genuinely a fair score for what we've seen from him. To this man now, Mohamed Salah. Look, he got his assist, which leaves him 1 goal away from being the first player to score 20 goals and have 10 assists in 3 seasons. It's been done twice by Frank Lampard, by Thierry Henry, and of course by the great man himself, Mohamed Salah. 1 more goal and he breaks that record. It was lovely to see him get the assist for Bobby today as well. A good ball across that Bobby did really well to get on the end of. But again, I can't help but feel there was a lot of blocked crosses, a lot of blocked shots, and a lot of misplaced passes from Mo. Work rate tremendous as always, as you'd expect from him. But it wasn't one of his better games. So with that in mind, I'm going to be fair and I'm going to give Mo a score of 7. Again, I know he got the assist. It might be harsh, but we're judging him by the tippity top standards. Gakpo. Well, hard to give him a score when you're wondering if he's playing with a broken chest cavity after that challenge from Tyrone Mings. I'm sure you've probably seen the scar on his chest. If you haven't, have a look. It's quite substantial. So keep that in mind when we're giving this score. Look, it wasn't his best game. He had a strike from distance that Martinez got down well and saved. But all in all, he kind of just struggled to really get into the game today. And it was a very stop-start game. A lot of Villa players getting injured and falling to the ground. And I don't think it was terrible from Gakpo, but I don't think it was great either. So, yeah, let's stick with the 7 for Cody Gakpo as well. Moving on to the substitutes now, my friends, and we start off with this man, Diogo Jota. He's so frustrating as a footballer to watch. You know, he can do some really good stuff and then he can do some really confusing stuff. And I think, again, in his little cameo from the bench today, we've seen both of it. I'd still rather have had him on the pitch than the performance we've seen from Diaz today, but I don't think it was great from Diogo Jota. So for me, I'm going to give Diogo a 6 for his cameo, but I want to know what you think, so let me know in the comment section. Moving on now to this man. I mean, let's just start off with the bleeding obvious first and foremost. He's getting a 10. Oh, forever 10. 10, 10, 10, 10. 10 for the haircut, 10 for the smile, 10 for the goal, 10 for the memories, 10 for whatever you like, but he's getting a 10. Roberto Firmino, it has been a pleasure, sir, to see you play for Liverpool Football Club. It's been a pleasure to share your journey, all the memories, the goals, the songs, the celebrations, the kung fu kicks, the covering of the eye and everything else that's gone between. But today that goal was all about Bobby again. He just wanted it, threw his 2 feet at it, got a touch in it, got the goal, and got the send-off that his career at Liverpool Football Club deserves. So thank you for the memories, Bobby. Thank you for everything. And that 10, whether it's deserved or not, is a 10 that he's getting from me. Let me know if you agree or disagree. It better be agree. And lastly, well, nearly lastly, we come to James Milner. Another incredible servant for a football club. Yes, the last season's been a tough one. We haven't seen the best of Jimmy during that time, but you get the work rate, you get the winning mentality, you get the standards being set, you get the leadership from this man. My own personal favourite of his memory is the Barcelona game, as I mentioned in a previous video. He is just what you need at a club if you want to set standards, if you want to get to the top levels. You need winners, you need mentalities like James Milner. And again, thank you so much. Without a doubt, the best free transfer Liverpool have ever had. Gary McAllister with an honourable mention, but thank you for everything, Jimmy, today. And you know what? I'm giving him a 10 as well. You know he doesn't deserve it for his performance, but I'm giving him a damn 10 because it's James Milner and he deserves that 10. So now we move on to the last one, second last one, Kostas Tsimikas. Happy to see him come on. Looked well in the new kit. Man bun on point, but didn't really do much when he came on. So I wonder, does he really have a future at Liverpool going long term? What is his role going to be? Because I don't think he's getting himself into a position where he can take Robbo's shirt when Robbo leaves, even in a few years' time. And I just question, with this being an area, maybe Liverpool will look to upgrade a bit in the coming season or two. So look, I'm going to give him a score of 6 today for Costas. Can't remember too much he did. And lastly, Harvey Elliott came off the bench, looked lively, tried to make things happen. Again, I'm a little bit confused about what the plan is for Harvey and his development, where exactly he's going to be played by Jurgen Klopp, or will he go out on loan next season? I doubt it. I think he will stay, but I struggle to see maybe where he gets those minutes. Could be in the Europa League, I don't know, but again, I want the best for Elliott because I do think highly of him, but I can't really remember much he did today when he came on, so I'm going to give him a 6 as well. So look, my friends, that is it. That is all the players today. That is all the scores. Now it is over to you. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. The Anfield agenda man of the match was, without a doubt, Bobby Firmino. Don't care. Bobby Firmino. Even with a little brief cameo, it's still Bobby Firmino with James Milner, the runner-up. But look, it's over to you now. And thank you again for a great season. We've one more game to go next weekend. The Reds take on relegated Southampton. It'll be the last watch-along we have over on Twitch before we move back here to YouTube for all of our watch-along content. Over to you now. Let me know your thoughts. Thank you to our sponsor, Circl. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.